Okay, so what happens? I was hacked. And what I'm going to share with you today is what happened, how I found out, what I did, what you can do to avoid it, or if it does happen to you, exactly what you need to do. Let's get started. All right, so all this happened a couple of weeks ago. And what happened was I woke up in the morning, I did my usual routine, had my coffee, brushed my teeth, sit down at my computer and open my email. And as I'm going through my email, I see this one from Google. Hello, your Google account was recovered successfully. Welcome back to your account. I hadn't lost my account. So that got me a little curious, but a couple of emails later, I received this nice email from Best Buy. Your package is heading your way, Michael. I hadn't ordered anything. But evidently I had ordered something. So I log into my Best Buy account, I look in there, and this nice brand new MacBook Pro for $2,000 was on its way. Or was it? So where did that money come from? I looked deeper into the order from Best Buy and realized that it was a payment from PayPal. But the problem was my PayPal account didn't have any money in it. So because of this, I go to PayPal. I log in and then realize, not thinking clearly yet, that my business account is hooked to my PayPal account. Okay, now it's time to get ahead of this thing. So before I did anything else, I stopped what I was doing and I ran a malware scan on my computer. So the reason I did this was you don't want to be going to other websites, signing into them with passwords if there's something like a password stealer that could be on your computer. So the first thing I did was I ran a malware scan. And what I used was a software called Malwarebytes, and this is what I found. There was a password stealer as well as malware found on my computer. How this happened, not important right now. All I know is that it's on my computer and I need to get rid of it. So I run the software, it finds it, it quarantines it, deletes it, and okay, we know how they got in. Next, I knew that passwords had been stolen, so before I went any further, it was time to check my bank accounts and see if there was any irregular activity. So I go into my Wells Fargo account, and sure enough, there is the payment for the laptop computer. It was ordered through PayPal. PayPal was hooked to my bank account, and it was $2,100.85. Now you may be thinking, but the computer was only $1,999. Well, guess what? Even when they steal the computer, there's still tax on it. So we know there's a problem there. Now I'm going to go in and check my personal bank account. But before I could even do this, I receive an email from Amazon thanking me for my order. Hello, Michael. Thank you for shopping with us. We'll send a confirmation when your item ships. Okay, this could be a long day. So let's go check Amazon and see what happened. And this nice, even a little bit more affordable computer for $1,800 was showing as being purchased by me. So that's 2 emails I've received purchasing 2 laptop computers. I already have a laptop. I don't need 2 more. So obviously I see where this is going and I need to cut the head off this thing. I took all my credit cards out just to be safe, all of them. And I called the number on the back of each one of them and I canceled them all. Because for as fast as this is happening, time is of the essence. But now get ready. While I was on the phone canceling my second credit card, I get another email. This one's from my personal bank account and it says, a transaction on your debit card was declined. But I didn't try making a purchase. So I guess I know where my next call is going. So I call US Bank. Now, they declined the purchase because I didn't have enough money in the account to cover the transaction. Now, this is a personal bank account, just a little basically spending money for me. Now, the purchase they declined was for $2,200 for, you guessed it, another laptop computer. So, I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. 3 laptop computers now, and here's the kicker. All this is happening within 2 hours, but it gets even better. So I'm frantically calling around all my bank accounts, my credit cards, everything, right? I call US Bank, I call Wells Fargo, and I tell them about the fraudulent purchases. Once that's complete, I call PayPal, I call Best Buy, and I call Amazon to let them know that these were fraudulent orders, not to ship them. And that's when the fun really started. While I was on the phone with Amazon, I'm telling them about the fraudulent order, and the nice, very, very nice rep from Amazon was helping me out, and we're looking at the order, and all of a sudden it disappears from my screen. And I'm going, did you just delete the order? I asked the rep this, and she's like, no. Huh, what's happening? So I look in the canceled orders, nothing. Then I remember there's an archive. Now, for those of you who don't know, an archive in Amazon is if you share an Amazon account with someone, you know, maybe like your wife, and you don't want her to see what you might have purchased her for Christmas, you can archive the order. So I know where the archive is. I go there, I look in there, and bam, there's the order. And then I lose my I'm losing it. I'm like, they're in the account. They're in your system. Call the cops. Call the National Guard. They are literally moving this purchase around while we are in the account and while I'm on the phone with the Amazon rep. And there's really nothing anybody can do, but I just couldn't believe this was happening in real time. Even the representative was astonished. And I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up if you wanted to. So while I was on the phone with the Amazon rep, I changed my Amazon password, and then the real fun started. I don't know how many passwords they stole from me, but it was a lot. So it was time to change all my passwords. Now, I'm a very cautious online user. My livelihood, my business is online. So I don't open weird emails. I certainly don't click links if I accidentally open these emails. I don't visit bad websites. I don't ever have the same passwords for 2 sites. And they're always different passwords. I'm the person always telling my family and others that they need to protect themselves online. And here I was hacked. So because of all the passwords that I have, I use a password manager called LastPass. Now, I'm very happy with the software and I've used it for a few years. And I was wondering if somehow they cracked that. But before I cleaned everything up, I went into my internet history and realized I had actually logged into all of the accounts they've gotten into from my computer recently. So the password stealer had just taken the passwords as I entered them in. Okay, but still, it's time to change all my passwords. I mean, this is getting out of hand, and I begin doing that, and this is going to be a very long process. So I spent the rest of the day, in all probably 8 to 9 hours, canceling cards, changing passwords, trying to figure out if they'd gotten into anything else. It was a long day. So after all of that, here's what they cracked into. My PayPal account, my Best Buy account, my work credit card, which was attached to my Amazon account, my personal credit card, which was also attached to Amazon, my Google account, and if you think that's harmless, check out the video up here, and at the end of this video, I will put a link to that. They also got access to my Amazon account and some countless others. Okay, so they tried to steal a grand total of $8,179 purchasing 4 different laptop computers. I didn't even go into the 4th one and explain what happened there because you get the idea. And all of this happened within a few hours because that's what they do. They get your access and they go nuts. It's like a kid in a toy store. They just can't help themselves. And some people are like, why don't you call the cops? Let them know. Well, because if the cops were to follow up on every single one of these, we would not have police protection anymore. I mean, this whole thing just sucks. So what can you do if this happens to you? First things first, get some sort of protection on your computer. I have a number of firewalls, but the one that will catch a lot of them and that I like is Malwarebytes. They do have a free version. At the minimum, get that and scan your computer. Next, have a password manager of some kind. Not only that, but don't ever use the same password twice. Make sure that they are very, very hard passwords to crack, capital, lowercase letters, numbers, symbols, combinations of all of them. And make sure you don't ever use the same password twice. Yep, I'm looking at you. And I'm not really looking at you. I'm looking through the camera, talking to my wife and kids right now. Third, obviously, don't ever open up any emails you don't know. And if you do, by all means, do not ever click those links. That's bad. Okay, so what do you do if you do actually get hacked? I just told you how to kind of hopefully fend it off. But if it do happen to get hacked, first things first, run some sort of malware software. make sure that if you have anything on your computer that you can get it off there before you go and log into any other accounts, because as you do that, they could be stealing more information. If you suspect a bank account or a credit card is compromised, don't think. Just cancel it. On the back of every card is the number for the financial institution. I promise you, they will pick up when you call about fraudulent purchases because it affects them just as much as you. Now, I went overboard and I canceled all of my cards because it was like playing whack-a-mole and I had no idea where they were going to hit next. That may not be your situation, but I panicked and I did it anyway. Another thing to do is turn on two-factor authentication wherever you can. I know it might be a little bit more of a problem, but believe me, you'd rather take an extra 3 seconds to type in a code from your phone than you would have to spend 2 days going through and fixing all these problems. If it happens, start changing your passwords right away. That's a really fun way to spend 2 days. I promise you. But go through, change your passwords, even if you think it's been compromised. Change passwords, especially for financial accounts. Now, what did I learn from this? If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago what I learned, here's exactly what I said. And then please do me a favor. Find these people and tell them to get a job. Okay, I'm done. But seriously, what did I really learn from this? I'm already super careful, and this is the first time I've ever been hit like this. So if I can be hacked, a lot of other people aren't nearly as well as protected as I am. Now, my wife actually made a comment where she said, it's a good thing that you kind of know what you're doing, which I really think that was kind of a dig at me. But I knew how to take care of this, so protect yourself as much as you can and take notes from this video or come back and watch it again if it ever happens. And if it does happen to you, just cut the head right off the beast. Cancel your cards or call your accounts. Let them know right away what is happening. They will answer your phone call because, as I said before, it affects them financially as well. And if you get a chance, find these guys, hunt them down, and if you find them, take them out in the backyard and So if you like this video, please do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe button and that little bell icon so you'll be notified of when I release new videos each and every week. And also stay tuned and I'll show you where they hacked my Google account and just how much fun that was. Thanks for watching. See you next time.